So I
Yeah.
guess there's probably a bunch of stuff that we can talk about before we even dive into the like small Twitter exchange that we had. This whole Destiny thing. That's been pretty funny.
It's pretty crazy. It's even when you don't think I'm gonna be right, I end up being right, is the moral of the story.
Yeah, I think that this can show a little bit of contrast, though, right? So years
Sure.
ago, years ago, I had a discussion with Mr. Girl on the program. I always felt like he thought that I ambushed him, even though I was pretty upfront with him about what I wanted to discuss in DMs and things like that, and that I had a different position than he did. But I had a conversation with him when he had released the Destiny manifesto. You remember all that?
Yeah.
So he'd
Of
released,
course.
yeah. So he'd released this ridiculously long, insanely long manifesto, and he did it all via text instead of inserting video clips, and there was all sorts of crazy shit with it. But stupid me, I actually took the time and read the whole thing. I actually read the whole
His
thing.
book. Yeah.
hmm So anyway, I had him on to talk about it, and we ended up getting into an argument about halfway through
I think I remember
because
a little.
yeah, because I said that
The women had culpability.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
major culpability, and that it wasn't just a. So from my prism, my worldview, they're all bad people, not some of them, and you can all we're arguing about is the degree. It's like a bunch of thieves stole a bunch of, and then one the other one in the back for his share of the treasure. It's like,
Sure.
sure, okay, well, yeah, you're a badder person, I guess, but none of you are good people here. And
Sure.
that's still the same take I have on what's going on with the Coomer, right? With the Coomer gremlin, is that yeah, he released these nudes to some broad that he was trying to bang, obviously, and
Yeah.
he probably did it without consent, right? He seems to have admitted that that is the case.
Yeah.
But these women were all gravitating in his orbit because literally they are jockeying for position using his clout, right?
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is just factually the case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it brings into I obviously I think the women are culpable as well. I think that I was culpable for the way that, things went down with me and Steven. I obviously made myself within proximity to him for the fruits of it, obviously.
hmm
And obviously it didn't turn out very well for me. But I did ultimately put myself in that position. I've been very open about that. With Pixie, I think it's a little different. I do think Pixie is very naive. It's a matter of how. I mean,
You
you
really
take.
think so?
Yes, I do. I mean, I and kind of. I've said this to be funny, but I do actually believe that Pixie might have a learning disability or is intellectually disabled. I don't think that like Pixie can have a conversation like you and me are having right now. I don't think that she has like a modicum of self-awareness. Like I think that she really struggles with like bigger picture things. It could be autism, it could be something else. I'm not her doctor, I'm not her psychiatrist, I'm not her psychologist. But I do believe that if you are a man getting involved with someone like Pixie, I think you are. But I obviously think that she knew what she was doing getting involved with Steven. Obviously, she had proximity to political, you know, gain. But then also you have to take into account like what these women are running from when they're running into the arms of Steven, right? Like I was running from hopefully like a career away from work, right? Like this was like a golden beacon to me that I could maybe just move on from doing like OnlyFans onto, having a political career. And that seemed like a better idea for me. And I think she's running from poverty also. So I don't think it's evilness, right? Like I don't think that it's Pixies like, oh, I'm trying to get as much money and fame out of this as possible. I don't think that that's what women are doing. I think that there's a reason why they're going into this sort of thing. There's a reason why women clout chase, right? It's to secure something because it's better than what they have currently. So I have a little empathy for them in that way. But to let him film it, holy! like that's another thing. Like you've got to be so to let a guy like Steven
Well,
have
any guy,
access to a video to any guy,
any guy.
sure.
Yeah.
To any guy who I think probably isn't you're like not married to have something like
I
that.
wouldn't even do it if you were married. It's just
I
bad,
guess
just bad precedent, right?
I think maybe that's true. I mean if you're being the most cautious, sure.
Well,
But
are
certainly not
you
someone like her.
aware that there's so I adamantly disagree with you here. So there is a crew which exists, a life ruination crew which exists exit kind of absent the orbit but within the orbit of destiny. Part of that crew, a lot of these people actually live together. Lauren De Laguna is one. Pixie lived
Sure.
with Lauren De Laguna. There's a multitude, actually, of these creators who live together and engage in life ruination tactics of various creators, often with lies. So, for instance, Lauren De Laguna was running around saying that a person who was an audience member of mine was basically soliciting her for and stalking her and all sorts of things, and then admitted to me privately that that was not the case, and that she just wanted to get some like kind of revenge on this guy or something like this. And I published those DMs, and she didn't deny it. She just got really upset, right? And so now I've become public enemy number one for her because I wasn't going to let her ruin somebody's life. But these people do operate as part of a crew or like a minor syndicate or something like this for the purposes of both gaining clout and destroying men's lives. And Pixie is definitely a part of that crew. So the idea that she's like this naive girl and things like this, I kind of reject it. I've met her in person. I've
Makes
debated with her
sense.
several times. She has a degree in philosophy, a minor
You
degree in
could
philosophy.
you have to be a you could be a baked potato with a degree in philosophy.
Well, I mean, most non-STEM degrees you can be a baked potato and get right.
Sure.
C's get
Yeah.
degrees, as they say. But
Yeah.
I don't think that these women are non-culpable victims, but rather they also run their own small syndicates, life ruination syndicates like these. That is factually a thing that they do, and you can
Do you
you
really
can
believe that it's calculated? I mean, I think
yes.
Lauren De Laguna is another woman who is deeply mentally unwell, who definitely has more, maybe I wouldn't say evil, but has more, nasty things going on in her personality. So I understand why, she's scorned because Destiny didn't want to pursue a relationship with her. But I really do think Pixie probably just got caught up in that mess. Um, I really do believe that Pixie is a victim in all of this of Lauren De Laguna, of Destiny, of you know. I think that she should probably I mean, maybe I'm just being, I people have said that I'm being mean when I say that I think that she's intellectually disabled, but I genuinely truly do believe that, so
But
I
wouldn't
don't.
I mean wouldn't people? I mean, it seems reasonable to think that because you have this kind of spiteful relationship with the Coomer Gremlin, that it is politically expedient at the moment for you to say that about this chick for the purposes of right now she can enact a sense of revenge that you yourself cannot.
Well, I've actually been pretty open about the fact that what I think that Destiny did, is not that bad. I think that it's, I think that if he filmed Cherry without her knowledge is which has been alleged, by Cherry, I think that's pretty bad.
But with
Um
Cherry, wasn't what was factually going on with Cherry that she turned her husband into a cuckold and was sleeping with Destiny in order to like do the how Stella got her groove back arc. She was saying the way that she got back into enjoying, according to her early post, was
Oh
because
god,
she was plowing the Coomer
horrifying,
Gremlin while married. And
horrifying.
so how does a person like how take like just how does a normal person, a
I mean, I
normal
don't know.
human being, take this and contextualize it and not think you, right? You lady,
Sure, sure,
you
sure.
awful, horrible person. You got exactly what you deserve. You know what I mean? Like, how do you not contextualize things like that?
I mean, I don't think that what she was doing. I don't believe in open marriages anymore. I don't believe in open relationships anymore whatsoever.
Yeah, what happened with that
Um,
anyway?
What in my own situation?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
He
I mean,
wanted
you
divorce.
don't have to, like, dive
I
into
wanted different
specific
things.
details.
I wanted different things. He was a very modern man, very, you know, whatever. Much love to him. Literally nothing but respect and love, but we just wanted different things. So, I
Oh,
am in a relationship with someone else
oh,
who's great. We are in a committed monogamous relationship, and I am much happier.
okay.
But, yeah, that's it. There's really no drama there. It just is what it is. But yeah, I have no idea about that whole thing, but I do with the Pixie thing in particular, I think that, if you guys were, like, sorta sending it to each other, I mean, I don't think it's that crazy to show someone. That's why, I mean, I just wouldn't let anyone film themselves having sex with me, and then hold on to it. Like, I would just never do that. So I think that, that's she obviously is culpable in that because she allowed that. And then also, I don't think he wasn't the person who leaked it, like, publicly, right? Or we don't know. I guess we
No.
literally don't
No,
know.
I don't nobody's really accusing him of that, but rather that he
Yeah.
was privately sending people these videos, and then based on the private sending of the videos, this chick claims that
Yeah,
her
something
Discord
weird
was
like that.
hacked. Chances are actually pretty good that here's what actually happened, at least the cursory investigation that I did into it, which wasn't very much, just kind of what's known. You can piece together most of what happened. Destiny gets off seemingly on sending videos of him plowing men and women to other
God.
women. He seems to get off on doing that. And so what he did was he's probably sent these to several different people who he considered inside of some kind of trust circle. I think that this particular woman just thought that this would blow Destiny up, and so she claimed she was hacked when likely she actually wasn't hacked, and then just posted these to the one place that you would post them, right? Kiwi
Of course.
Farms, and then said, "Oh my God, I'm a victim too. I was hacked.
Yeah.
Oh no," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, in fact, this is such a prevalent thing in this industry to fake that you've been hacked that I've actually gotten emails from professional companies that have requested that I release a tape between myself and my wife and then leak it through the culpability of I was hacked. Kid you not. That was the request.
That yeah, but these Jesus. This is a weird industry. It's a very weird industry. I yeah, this is for everyone's weird. Everyone's a degenerate in this industry. I mean not everyone, but certainly like a lot of the liberal side. Most of the liberal side is completely out of their mind. So it is what it is, but yeah, poor I don't know. Poor
Yeah,
Pixie.
this
I don't know.
the particular
It sucks, but
company.
I don't
Yeah.
think that this I think it makes Destiny an asshole. I would call Destiny an asshole, degenerate, and I don't think he cares about women. I think he's a hack. But I don't think he's a super for doing what he did to Destiny, but apparently a lot of people are trying to wager that. I just think that he's taking advantage of exactly the political agenda he's toting, of course. Like that's when you're pro women's liberation and all you talk about is well women should be free and have the way that they want. Who do you think that who do you think that's good for? Destiny. So I completely
And
understand why
Harry
he's big.
Sisson. It's good for Harry
Sure,
Sisson. He
sure.
seems to have been benefiting greatly from the women's revolution and
Yeah,
women's
of
liberation.
course. Yeah.
But it
The liberal
seems,
men stand the most to gain
yeah,
with the liberal agenda.
it does seem to me, though, that interestingly enough, with Harry Sisson and with Destiny both, there's like a double-edged sword, which is okay if there's a like a reasonable amount of degeneracy which is allowed as long as the women who are involved are allowing it. But the second they feel as though they have been played or feel as though you are doing X, Y, or Z, they just sort of label you as, and then you know bam, career destroyed, right? Because I mean that's is in fact what's happening with Harry Sisson. He didn't assault anybody. He committed zero crimes. He basically just f***ed a bunch of different chicks and made a bunch of up in order to do it, right?
Sure.
Is scumbag behavior even from the leftist standards? Yeah, I mean I guess, but how is it like again? How is a normal person supposed to contextualize this? Where you're like, who can, these people advocate for open relationships and like simulated sex in the street with parades, and our hearts supposed to go out to the fact that this guy humped a couple of chicks and lied about it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, with their own worldview, it makes no sense to say what he's saying is bad. Like with their worldview, it doesn't mean that much. So it doesn't matter if you sent a couple nudes. If it doesn't matter that much, then it doesn't matter that much. But obviously, internally, those women know that does matter a lot and that their body does matter, and a woman and a man lying to have access to you does matter because who you share your body with is important, right? It's like it's our internal true animalistic nature and state to know that it's sacred. And obviously everything that they're touting is completely against that. And I don't know why they're still touting it. A lot of women are waking up actually. I see it all over social media. I see it all over the left also, is that women actually are waking up, and the Me Too movement makes sense if you're honestly a conservative. It doesn't make sense if you're a liberal. It just doesn't. This is like, if you think that you can buy and pay for and all these things, then why wouldn't you getting a promotion based off of sucking your boss's absolutely would make sense in that world. Like why wouldn't it? It doesn't make any sense that it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It's all over the place. Their stuff is all it's just excuses for not wanting to live life with restraint, any sort of restraint, which would calamity would ensue if that was the case, and it is ensuing. Over the past 10 years, calamity has ensued in in spaces with men and women being involved. So
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
on its way back, though.
I think there's some agreement we can have there.